Hello everyone. In today's session of financial market and instrument, we are going to cover the parts that are the linkage between the financial system and the economic development, and also we are going to discuss how we are going to measure the health of a financial system, and we will have an overview of the Indian financial system. So, these are the learning objective of today: the financial system and the economic development, measuring the health of financial system, and an overview of Indian financial system. We will start with the financial system and the economic development. The development of any economy, the economic system of any country is based on the financial system of that country. So, as we have already discussed that the financial system has various components that helps in the facilitation or the smooth running of the finance between the savers that are having the surplus and the investors, those who are seeking the finance for the developmental activities. So, the financial system is definitely an requirement, or the financial system we can say is definitely an backbone on which the economic development of a nation is based on. So, we can discuss it one by one, that it promotes the higher saving and investment. The financial system has various components, as we have discussed: the financial institutions, financial markets, financial services, financial instruments. So, these components of the financial system facilitate the higher savings and investment attitude of the economy. So, by the increase in the saving and the boosting of the investment attitude of the investors, the development of the economy goes high up. Next, we have that the growth of capital market. So, in these capital markets, well, the financial system is helping in the smooth running of this capital market and also in the development of these capital markets. So, when there is growth in this capital market, definitely it assists or it boosts the growth of the financial position and the economy of the country. Next, we have an important aspect, that is the infrastructure. So, the infrastructure of any country decides the growth or the position or the standard of that country. It is the parameter, the infrastructure is the parameter on which we can assess the development of a country. So, while we are talking of infrastructure, what does it mean? It includes various things. Most importantly, we can say the coal sector, the petroleum sector, the mining sectors. These are the important infrastructures which boost the economy of the country or which can accelerate the development of the economy of the country. So, while we have a good infrastructure, then the economic condition of the country will definitely go high up. So, the financial system also helps in the smooth running and facilitation of the infrastructure of a country. Next, we have development of trade. So, as we know that trade is an essential part and trade is an inevitable part in any economy. So, by trade we include both domestic trade as well as the foreign trade. So, the financial system has various services, various institutions which run and which promote and assist the trade of both domestic and foreign investments. Next, we have employment opportunity. So, as we have seen in the previous points, well, there is more savings and investments, when there is huge amount of capital investments, when there is high rate and high growth of infrastructure, and there is a good trade, definitely the employment opportunities are going to be a good high. There will be a lot of employment opportunities in the market when the investment and the business and the infrastructure will up. So, when there is high opportunities of employment, lot of people are getting opportunities and getting employed, definitely the economy is going to go high and the standard of living of the people also will go up, which is definitely a very good parameter of economic development. Next, we have fiscal discipline and control of economy. So, by this what we mean, that government is keeping a balance and a discipline in the economy. That means neither it allow the economy to go into depression, nor it giving it a full inflationary condition. So, it is maintaining a balance between both and having a disciplined fiscal control over the economy. Next, we will study that how we can measure the health of the financial system. So, as we know and as we have already discussed in our previous lecture, that a system means it has a set of institutions or set of components that will combine together and it will run and it will come out with a proper goal. So, when we are talking of financial system, also we have various components like financial market, institutions, instruments and all. So, how we can judge or how we can measure that whether the financial system is in good health or not, or whether we have a sound financial system or not. So, the ability to monitor financial sector soundness is what the measurement of the health of the financial system is. So, for that the IMF has come out with a very good parameter, that is MPI, that is macro prudential indicators, or that is famously known as macro prudential analysis, which is the study of the health, soundness and vulnerability of a financial system to identify risk to it. And what are the things that this MPI is using is the GDP of a country, growth rate, inflation, interest rates and so on. So, these are the things that are used by the macro prudential analysis to study the health of the financial system, or we can say to check whether our financial system is in good health or is sound or not. So, now we will have an overview of the Indian financial system. So, in the financial system, as we have already discussed, there are two major participants. Those are the suppliers of the fund or the surplus and are the seekers of the fund or those who have shortage. So, if we are going to explain it, so what the financial system is, that it acts as intermediate between the suppliers of fund. That means those who have surplus money, they have excess money, but these money are idle with them. They do not have much avenues, or we can say that they are not that much risk loving or risk taking persons, individuals or institutions, whatever. So, they are not very risk loving ones. They have surplus money, but there is another part who are the seekers of fund or those who have shortage of money, but they have various investment avenues, they have nice ideas and they are risk lovers or risk takers. So, what the financial system is doing, it acts as an intermediate between the savers and the investors, or between the suppliers and the seekers, and there is a smooth running of this idle money which gives a fruitful result and help in the development of the economy. Thank you.